Yo, yo, yo.
What's
Can
going
y'all hear
on?
me?
Yeah, what's going on, Ed?
What's up, Ken?
Hey,
Hey, man, I'm having some. Y'all hear me?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Coaches with my mic, with my here. That's what the problem is. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Brown?
Good. Much how you doing?
All right, all right. Hey, sorry for the delay, man. I don't understand why this what's going on, but we're gonna make it happen. We got our other host coming in, Mr. Alvarez.
What's up, fellas?
All right, all
Going
right.
on, Brett?
Dark,
What's
bro.
going on?
How you guys doing tonight?
Hey, Brett, you're a little dark.
Oh, you okay? Let me light it up. I kind of have to stay in the dark, man. My Seminoles are 1-8.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hey, we'd like to welcome everybody to the What's the Podcast with Coach Brett and Kev. We got a special guest for tonight, Mr. Anthony Brown.
Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, so tell us a little bit about yourself, man, and what you got going on.
Right now I'm on my 12th year of my Bay Area Showdown, which is a 5-on-5 pro-am tournament. The winner wins $15,000, and also you get a free entry into a $40,000 tournament in North Carolina.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're definitely looking forward to getting in that, man.
Yeah. So last year we had about 48 teams competing. And had a team from Oak Park, Florida that won it. Unfortunately, they were unable to go to North Carolina for the 40K tournament. So we set a team, like a local team from Orlando. They're going to go and represent the Bay Area Showdown.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got our guy here, Kev, man. He got a few things to say about you and everything like that. So he pretty much gonna take lead on the question because you
Okay.
got. All right, Kev.
Yeah, and I've been knowing you for a couple years now. So I've been seeing the Bay Area Showdown been taking off. A lot of pro players in there. Can you name some of them pro players that have come through your tournament? Can you name them notable high school, college guys that played in your tournament over the recent years?
Yeah, for sure. We had, Orlando legend Darius Washington. I've had Dominique Jones that played with the Dallas Mavericks, now overseas. I've had Joey and Stevie Graham, both played in the NBA. Maurice Spates, Golden State Warriors, Orlando Magics. John Henson, Milwaukee Bucks. I think he played for the Detroit Pistons as well. I've had some pro NFL players, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. I've had I can't think of the guy named Jenkins. He played cornerback for the Bucks for a couple years. We've had quite a few. Rashard Anderson. You name them. Everybody's stopped in over the summer at one point and laced them up for us. So, and then we have teams that come in from all over the country as well. So.
Oh,
Okay. That's good, man. So that definitely bring people wanted to come to your tournament because you got those guys coming in like that. So that makes you real certified. That's what's up.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you
sure.
went you went to high school. You went to high school and college up there in the Big Bend area, right outside of Tallahassee. A little bit west of Marietta, Florida, small town called Vernon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know about Vernon, but Vernon produced some great products up there. Trenton Forest. He went to Vernon, right?
He went to Chipley, so it's literally 20 minutes from us. Like, we're rival schools.
Okay, all that's in Jackson County, right?
Washington.
Washington. Okay, next county over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you played over at Chipola, right?
Yeah, I played 2 years at Chipola, and then played with some pretty heavy hitters. Played with Chris Porter, Clyde Ellis. A bunch of those guys went Division 1. When I left there, I went Division 2 to Warner University. Got Player of the Year there. Broke the school record in scoring 52 points in the game, and then went and played a little professional, overseas, Belgium, a couple of different little places. And then just came back and kind of put basketball on the back burner for a little bit. Got into just kind of hosting tournaments and get into some real estate stuff.
Right.
Now, what college did you go to?
Warner University.
Say again.
Warner.
Are you talking about Warner in Polk County?
Yeah, Lake Wales.
Oh, okay. Coach Hannaran?
No, I had Coach Bays. I had the guys from out of Oregon, so we had a pretty good team those a couple of years. We went to nationals twice. Like I said, I got Player of the Year in that conference, and then did pretty well for myself there.
Okay. What year was that?
Ooh, that's back in the day. Did pretty well for myself there. Like 99, 2000.
Oh, okay. Coach Hannaran is there now. It's been there for a while.
Yeah, he's no longer the coach though. He's like the athletic director or something.
Athletic director, right? Yeah. Gotcha. I knew him from because I'm from Winter Park. He was an assistant coach at Rollins College before he got over there to Warner.
Okay, we used to play Rollins too. Didn't he do something at Florida Southern as well?
Yeah, with Coach Longa. Yeah. When Coach Tony Longa was there. Yeah, he was an assistant coach with Tony Longa, and then he left Florida Southern and took the job. I think, if I'm not correct, he got the head coaching job at Warner after Florida Southern.
Okay, yeah. He was there for a while, and like I said, I think he just went into being an athletic director.
Correct. Coach Longa also coached before Florida Southern. He was after Florida Southern, he was at Lakeland Kathleen for a couple years down there in Polk County. He's no longer there. I think he's the athletic director at Lakeland Kathleen right now, Coach Longa. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Where are you guys currently playing that Bay Area tournament at? What facility do you guys use over there?
We currently are using the Wiregrass Sports Complex.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've grown from like one gym at Tampa Catholic was our first year until that now we need 4 courts to run the tournament.
Okay. Good deal. Yeah, I've been hearing about that for a while. So you guys have definitely grown that thing. That's pretty good. And you've stayed consistently doing it. That's a big deal. Keep doing it.
Yeah. The COVID year messed us up, but other than that, we just kind of we had to take a break that year because it was tougher to get any facility. So, but came back the next year and was able to make it happen and just keeping it growing.
Gotcha. Kev, you got anything else, bud?
Yeah. So, and you also run a little AAU league, also, right?
No, I did I used to do a high school showcase for high school seniors and post grads. So I did that for like 4 or 5 years there, and helped a bunch of kids get into school, colleges and stuff. I knew a couple of coaches that still were coaching they coached when I played, so just kind of made some connections with them, and just try to get some of the kids, in front of as many coaches as possible.
Okay, so you don't really have your hands in the high school scene no more.
I do, but I'm on the other side now. I'm refereeing, so I get to see some of the upcoming talent. So I know some of the top kids in the Tampa Bay area. And then, like I said, I get to officiate them, and once I'm done, I get to go home.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What are the best high school basketball teams are in the in Hillsborough County?
Hillsborough County, I would probably say Blake is probably the top team, Blake High School, and then St. Pete, I would say Gibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs always have a good squad.
Didn't Blake make it to the state championship last
Yeah,
year?
they did. They lost one of their bigs though. He transferred to the Rock. I think that's in
Oh.
Gainesville.
Gainesville Rock, yeah.
Yeah, they lost KJ Martin, so he's gone. But they still have JoJo Phylon, and then I can't think of Eric Lewis' son, but it's he's like one of the top. I think in 2025 he's one of the top players. He signed with USF.
It's a program over there, North Tampa Prep.
Yeah, they're good too. They have a kid named Tony Bryant. He's probably 6'10" kid. He's from out of Zephyr Hills. They have him, and then they just I ain't gonna say recruited, but they brought in a couple other guys that are very talented. I actually refereed them last year, so
There's a kid,
they made a
there's
pretty
a
good
kid
run
out of your
too.
guys' area that plays for Team USA on the 16 and under group.
Who was that?
I don't know. I can't remember his name, but there's a kid out of Tampa that's on USA's Olympic 16 or 15. He's about 6'5", 6'6", tall, kind of skinny.
Do you play Tampa Catholic?
I don't know what. I just know he's from the.
He's talking about Kobe, is he? He talking about Kobe, he talking about Kobe, is he?
No, talking about Knox.
Yeah, Knox. He talking
No,
about Kobe.
Knox is at Arkansas now.
Oh, Knox. Okay.
Yeah, Knox is no.
All right.
It was this summer.
I had him too.
It was Team USA 16s this summer.
Okay.
This summer.
Right.
But I can't remember his name. I just know he's from the Tampa area, supposedly.
Hey, do a lot of the Tampa kids kind of stay in the area besides, the ones that that's gonna go somewhere else versus like, how it is in other counties?
For the most part, I mean, you have like several of them went to UT, some went to Eckerd, St. Leo, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And then I think it's George Kimball the third. He went to Eckerd and got freshman of the year there, and then he left and went to a D1 school this year. So he used it as a stepping stone, and now he's Division I.
So how you feel about the opportunities that all the kids have now? Obviously, the elephant in the room is NIL, but it seems like people can really move around, and like you said, use a certain school as a stepping stone to get where they really want to go.
It's night and day from when I play ball. I mean, you have so many social media outlets and, the way to get your name out there. And, I feel like if you average, 15, 16 points a game, you probably getting a D1 offer, if you're getting the right looks. And if you're with the right AAU program, you got a good chance to make a name for yourself. Back when I played, it was a lot tougher. I think I averaged close to 30 in high school, and I had 2 offers. So
yeah, I know.
Night and day.
Yeah, you had to really be because of Florida being a football school. It's like you had to really play out of town.
You had to go. You had to travel. You had to travel. You had to go play in them national tournaments.
Yep.
Up in Atlanta, like the one down there in Fort Myers. Yep. You had to get, like the one out there in Vegas, the Tarkanian. You had to go to a big tournament like Peace Jam. Like you just going to like the tournaments at TCC. That pretty much get you a look by Coach Gillespie.
That's it. Yeah.
It ain't no bad look at all because TCC back then was a juggernaut. It was TCC and Chipola.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my 2 offers were Chipola and Gulf Coast.
Oh, Gulf Coast. Yeah, Gulf Coast had a couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah, Chipola's always been a solid team.
Chipola, Pensacola always kind of been those 2 teams.
Yeah.
So you done touched a lot of lives, man.
Try to, pass down some of the knowledge I have. Try to make it easy for some people to get from, high school to college and potentially overseas. I know my role was tough, so just trying to make it easier for the younger guys. So
what would be your advice from the parents to the kids right now when it comes to this game of basketball? What you need to do to succeed?
I think the first part is obviously schooling. School is the most important. Getting your grades, and then just getting with a coach that has. Wants what's best for you, and then maybe has some connections and stuff because you can definitely go to a program and you can be the most talented kid, and if you don't get your lesson, and then the coaches doesn't have a way to get you out and exposure, then you'll be a local legend. So yeah, like I said, and just listening to the people in the head, in front of you that's done it, listen to what they're telling you to do, because I mean they're obviously been through it, and they can definitely teach you some stuff.
Yep. Right about that.
Yeah.
So what you give to the parents? What would you give the advice you give to parents right now, especially in these days?
I would tell parents just to be willing to take criticism, take some advice. Don't take everything to heart, especially if you got someone that's, looking out for your kid and pouring in them as much, coaches are around the kids all the time. So you practicing, you're working them out. Some of the kids, you're picking them up from, from home, taking them to games, whatever you're doing with them. So, I mean, just take that advice. Yeah.
A lot of time.
Yes. Yeah. So as a parent, you just got to be humble and take what, not all advice is good advice, but, take the advice and do with it what you do with it. And, just don't try to go about it your way, especially if you've never done it. So,
exactly.
And what's your take on prep schools in that area, or just in general nowadays, where we didn't have?
I wish they was around when I was.
Yeah, that's what none of us had that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see a lot of kids I see a lot of kids that benefit from an additional year of like high school ball, because I mean you can go to college and kind of get lost in the shuffle, and if you go to a program that they're not developing kids, then I mean you're kind of on your own to develop yourself, and a lot of kids don't have the discipline to do that, don't have the love. Like when I played, you didn't have to tell me to get in the gym, you didn't have to tell me to work out and get up shots, and what I'm saying, like.
Right.
You probably had to tell me not to go to the gym. Like go, like you've been here too much. So it's just like I think it's another year to kind of prepare them for college, set a better foundation, and then potentially go get some more exposure.
What's going on with the school over there, Oldsmar Christian? They used to be a juggernaut. Are they not in the scene anymore, Oldsmar?
I haven't heard much from them. I think when they left, was it Jordan Fair? I think that was the name of the kid.
Yeah, he's gone.
Once he left, I think he took a lot of like the players that wanted to come play, because I think he was getting players from like Team Breakdown and some of the top AAU programs. So once he left, then kids were they weren't flocking to there.
Gotcha.
So, have you is there any talent still in Washington County? Have you went back to Washington County and sought out any talent there over the past couple of years or in that region?
I had probably maybe 10 years after I left. I had one of my cousins was pretty good, Alex Brown. He was I think he averaged close to 30 a game. He ended up going Division I. You had a couple kids from Chipley that were, fairly decent.
There was a kid back there in 016, Alex Hamilton.
Yeah, I know Alex.
Yeah, he
plays in my tournament.
He's playing overseas, isn't he?
Yeah, he plays in my tournament every summer.
Oh, somebody 6'6".
He about 6'5", lefty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you from up there, Vernon?
Yeah.
He's from Chipley.
My mom and his mom are they go to the same church.
Oh, okay.
Didn't he play high school ball at Chipley?
Yeah, he played in Chipley, and then he went and played in Louisiana Tech.
Gerald, I think he's playing with Derek Sharp's old team in Israel. Tel Aviv.
Oh, okay.
I think he's playing in Israel.
He had a couple tryouts for like the NBA and G Leagues, different stuff like that. And then he just decided to go overseas and make some money. Because I mean, after so long,
right.
I'm like, they're only going to give you a couple opportunities, and I'm like, man, you better go make money while you can. So
yeah, exactly.
That sounds right.
He's good. He's a good player.
Yeah, I think. I mean, just to expand on that. I know you see a lot of that people try to hang on to it a little too long, for whatever you understand, because you want to get to the top league and everything like that. But I say it seems like a lot of people stay in too long and give up money, because of the lifestyle that it bring you to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then the expectation that people see you as, oh yeah, man, you can make the league, but you know, some things you just have to like really make a real business decision because of your age, you know,
that's true.
like that.
I think a lot of times too, the biggest thing I tell people, if you go somewhere and they're gonna let you play and do you, for me personally, I'll gamble on myself every day. You know, if you're gonna let me be me and I just have to prove myself I can get buckets, I like that chance. But if you know you go into a G League and they want you to fit a scheme, or you know you can't really spread your wings and do be who you are, it's tough to to be seen like that.
And that's how you can get the tag by certain people that are fanatics and not really true connoisseurs of the game. Oh man, he's stealing money, man. He can't play, you know, boom, boom, whatever. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of times, you know, even though we'll say, you know, being in the league and it's 450 plus players in the league, everybody can play, but not everybody got the same opportunity
Correct.
to get those shots up. You know, get them shots up like the ones that they're paying all the money to. So they got to find a niche.
Yeah,
it's kind of discouraging to hear people say, you know, oh, this person's stealing money. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, first of all, have you played? Do you understand what you got to do, or be in that position? You're in that position when you go to your job because you got to perform. You know what I mean? And so it's a misconception sometimes with the people that never been there. You know.
Well, I get to see it. Actually, I see it a lot firsthand over the summer too. You have some of those guys that maybe 12, 13 person on the bench in the NBA, and then they come to my tournament, and I mean they are unstoppable. Like you can't you can't keep up with them, and I'm like they're in the league for a reason. Like it's they may not be the best on their team at that team, but that means that it's 10, 11, 12 other people's better than them. Right. So but yeah, you can definitely see, you could tell a pro player from, like I said, street legend, or, whoever, however you call them, but they definitely stick out. They got the work ethic. They know, they know what it takes to, score, defend, how to play the game the right way.
They got a gear. You know what I'm saying? And people don't be getting that. You say, well, why you wasn't doing this in the beginning of the game? It's not about just going out there just playing. You got to know how to play. You got to know when to integrate. Get in and get out, and then allow people around you to get off and play off them. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
And then some of it is just waiting your turn. I mean, if you get drafted to a team with a bunch of vets, you got to wait your turn. Be patient and wait your turn.
Right.
And some of the younger kids, they don't understand that. Like, I get you were the man at your school, but when you come into the league, it's a business.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you just got to wait your 2, 3, 4 years or whatever. And then, we're going to hand you the keys. But, you just got to, like I said, be patient.
I think a lot of guys. Go ahead.
So, hey, going overseas, like, and you get that contract, like, what is your definition of a good contract overseas? Let me rephrase, because a lot of people that go overseas, they'll come back, they'll tell their stories. Oh, I signed for this much, and you don't see it. They either catching riots or, they're not looking like, they eating over there. So they break it down for us one time. Like, what is the difference between a good contract, a good overseas contract, and a bad overseas contract? Because there's a lot of bad contracts out there.
Well, yeah.
It is. It depends on the countries you go to. It depends on if they're paying you on time, if you're getting paid at all. You know what I'm saying? So you have those scenarios. You have, like, when I went and played, I was making $2,000 a month. So I mean, that was a lot of money for me back then. But like right now, that's not. I mean, I got guys making millions of dollars for 6 months to play overseas. But you got to remember, once you make that money, you got to come home and you got to take care of that money. You got to invest that money. You can't just come home and buy cars and jewelries and take out all the girls and take your homeboys out. You can't do all of that stuff, because as fast as you got it, it goes that fast out the door. And then too, overseas, a lot of this stuff is taken care of. They're not paying for meals. They're not paying for, room and board, cars. All of that stuff is taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come home, then now all of that's on you, and you gotta. It's just say you work for 6 months and you made $1 million. Now you gotta budget yourself to live 6 months without making that money.
Mm-hmm.
So that $1 million got to last you for the whole year. Some people don't look at it like that.
Right.
Yeah, man. Like what Kev was saying, we had conversations about that, man. And people were saying they're making this money and it ain't adding up, man. And we know, especially with certain guys, they gotta come get when they get a little couple dollars in their pocket, man, they're gonna ball out, they're gonna do this, they wanna party, stuff like that, And that's cool, but you gotta do it in moderation, man. You if you're trying to keep yourself up, you gotta keep doing what you need to do to make it the way it's got how it has to look. You know what I mean? Not saying you got to pretend and make everybody say or make everybody think this what it is. It is what it is.
Right.
I think the misconception with players is they feel like they're going to make that kind of money for 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So you can go 1 year and make $1 million, and then you may not come back. You may go to another league and make 200,000. So you just gotta prepare yourself for your stages.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you get to make, $1 million for 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years, but that's no guarantee. Because most contracts are year by year. You may get a 2-year deal, but I mean, for the most part, it's year by year.
Yeah.
Have
they
you
really love you,
You're very rare lucky to get a multi-year deal.
Yeah.
That's the way to go, right?
And
Very rare.
Very rare.
And you got a kid named Reggie Baker playing your Bay Area Showdown thing before?
A point guard, right?
Yeah, he's from Avon Park. Played at Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, I had Reggie Baker play.
Yeah, he's overseas. He's playing right now. He's been everywhere. Yeah, he's originally from Avon. I coached him in AAU. Yeah.
I had a
Good
kid that
player.
played at Polk State too. His name was, what they call him, TK, something Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He played. He's overseas. Then I had a kid that, like, I watched him from high school. I helped him get into college in South Carolina at Allen University, and then he's gone from there to play overseas. His name is Vernon Jackson.
Okay.
And I've helped him through every stage. And I mean, he he just got a new contract. But just trying to, educate them, let them know about putting money, to the side, investing in the right stuff. And then that way, when you're done playing, you have a couple of dollars saved up, and and then when just how to transition into the next phase of your life, because a lot of us don't know if you hoop, and that's all you don't know what to do after you're done hooping.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a tough transition, is to go from hooping to what do I do next?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I talk to Reggie a couple times a year, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to play as much as he can, as long as he can, and just recoup as much money and come back home here whenever that journey's over, and then figure out because he's not big on just blowing his money left and right. He's been pretty fortunate to play Central, South America. He's been in Europe. He's been all over the world. So yeah,
that's good. I'm glad he's taking care of his money, because a lot of people, like Kevin was saying,
just from, if you've ever been to Avon Park, man, there ain't
I
much in
have.
Avon Park. So
it ain't.
So he's come from nothing to doing a lot. So
you can live like a king out there in Avon Park, though.
Yeah. And he's given back too. He's come back the last couple summers and done a camp at the high school. So he's trying to give back, because he'd like to see somebody else from Avon Park do what he did. That would be pretty cool. So he's a really good kid. He's a good kid.
So what you think? So what you think about the kids that's jumping around the different schools? Because some people don't understand it, right? Some people don't understand it, and some people say, well, they have the opportunity to do so, but being in the game a long time, why, but people don't want to hear why. So give your explanation to that, because like I say, that's.
I mean, I'm old school, so I could never come home and whine about coach didn't play me or this person didn't do this. You know, everything was. I mean, I'm in control of like my destiny. So if I want to play, get more playing time, work harder. If I want to be the man, get out there and prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, um, that's kind of how my mom, raised me. It was never, even when I went to college, she's like, hey, you going to college, there's going to be 10 to 12 other kids that's the best person in their town. Like you're the best person in Washington County, it's going to be 10 other kids that's going to be the best person out of their county. So you got to go and compete. But I get it. Kids, they leave for different reasons. Coach, maybe not getting along with the coach or, not being able to be the man or however, I know when I coached at Florida College and I recruited kids, I would look into that too. Like, why did you leave this school? Why did you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I would go into like with the parents and kind of what was their reply to you leaving the school? Because now you're gonna have to deal with that. If you do recruit this kid and bring him in, I got to deal with him not playing, and then I'm gonna have to deal with his parents asking me why he's not playing. So. I mean, I coached there for 3 years and I just kind of got out of that because, that was kind of happening a little too much as far as, my kid's not playing. I want to play. And I'm like, I mean, I love all the kids equally. I'm going to play my best kids. That's the bottom line. I want to win and that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
Have you had to deal with the kids that wanted to bring their girl? They was homesick because of their girl.
Yeah.
I had, and I'm just homesick, just, not being away from their parents. And I told them like, dude, listen, I left home when I was 17. I went, my dream was to play ball. And I mean, I just had to suck it up. Like, I would love to go home. I went home when I could, but, I mean, if I needed to stay at school, like we had games and tournaments over holidays. So, I mean, I'm there, I'm locked in, I'm playing. I mean, that's what I got to do.
Hey,
I guess for me is when did it become okay to do all this jumping from school to school? When did that all change? When? Because Gerald, back in the day, just like you said, I mean, I never thought about doing that. No matter if Coach Smith, was on our ass or he wasn't on our ass. I mean, that's what we were used to. And then it's funny how things have changed in the last 10 years, just to where it was okay to like, I don't really like him, I'm out.
That's amazing. I think that's to me. I could be wrong. I think that's totally solely on the parents. Because if I came home and said I wanted to leave school and go somewhere else, my mom would said no.
Because you're a little younger than us, but you're right. Back our parents, no, you were taught to fight through adversity.
Yeah.
And that was it. There wasn't really no option B or option C. It's just the narrative to me is what's changed everything the way it is now. It's amazing.
Now, if you're switching schools to get better exposure, right, I can see that.
Oh yeah.
Because I got an opportunity to leave Mount Vernon to go to Jacksonville. I had family up there. I just didn't want to go that far away. I would have got more exposure, but I was good at being home. But right. If you're leaving just because you're not playing or supposedly the coach doesn't like you or, what I'm saying, all these other excuses, then, no, you got to tough it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm sort of on the same page, but it's not like that no more.
So, Kev, we discussing about like when, you got guys that got families versus being single. We see the discrepancies in that and the pressure that it be if I meet my girl single, right, no kids and nothing like that, right, and she see that I'm doing what I'm doing for this basketball journey. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, kid. I'm gonna let you take over for that part.
Yeah, shoot, man. Like I say, you see guys. They kind of grab, they start, liking the girl, then her philosophy become their philosophy. But then they change up, their lifestyle. Now you going from, you want to chase your dream as being a pro player, but she trying to like keep you grounded. She don't want you to go overseas. She wants you to stay, at the house not said to stay at the house, but she wants you to get a 9 to 5 job. But your whole intention is, your whole intention is to go overseas and make more money in that 9 to 5 job. But she don't want to go overseas, and she don't want you to go overseas either. So, my man Aunt, like, I don't know if you been through it, or I know you probably seen somebody go through it. Is it a way you get out of it, or is it a way that you try to maneuver?
Well, first off, going overseas and getting overseas money, she should be smart enough to know that's more than a 9 to 5 job. But that's just me.
I agree, Coach. And what I would say too, Kev, is maybe that's not the right person for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've dated women, had women around. When I met my wife, she pushed me to do bigger and better things. Like, I would have never started Bay Area Showdown if it wasn't for her. I had an ideal, I had a concept, and she pretty much was like, "What are we waiting for?" Like, you just told me what you wanted to do, how you wanted to do it. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And she's right here with me. She's been in this journey. I do the behind the scenes stuff. She runs all the other stuff with the tournament. If I do, I can go downstairs and say, I want to do this. Let's do it. I'm on board. Like, she's pushing you to, be uncomfortable to, to be successmesuccessful.
Right. So you've got the right one.
And then with her business in real estate, I mean, she's doing great. And I said, you know what? Let me jump in and help you. Let's take this to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So we both push each other, and we both want the best for each other. I feel like if you find a partner like that, then I mean, it's gonna be some happiness there. Everybody's gonna be. I think you're gonna be successful.
Well, the sky's the limit.
Yeah. If you got someone that's holding you down, you're gonna regret it. Especially you sitting around not being able to play ball. That's gonna eat away at you.
Yeah.
And that's gonna make the relationship tough.
Yeah, and I told that individual, because he had moved out there to Wisconsin, right outside Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was telling him, like, man, you got the Milwaukee Bucks, you got Marquette, but I know you ain't trying out for the Milwaukee Bucks team, or I know you done with high school ball, so like outside them two entities, ain't nothing much up there left.
Yeah.
As far as basketball. So, and I just would tell him that, he was down there, in the Tampa area, and then he I guess he met her, and she was from, up there in that area, and decided to move up there with her. But he kind of like, he would talk to me about the situation, and he kind of like realized that, I need to be back down here. I need to be back down here in Florida, because Florida's it's a better state to hone in on my skills. You have better facilities down here. You have better trainers. Florida is a pretty good basketball state too.
Yeah, where's he from? Where's he from? Is he from Florida?
No, originally I think he's from like the Pennsylvania area.
Oh, okay.
He's from the Pennsylvania area, which ain't a bad place as far as basketball either. But he been down there in Florida. He played for a couple of semi-pro teams in Florida, and he did pretty well. Actually, played in Ant tournament a couple years. Actually, played on my team in Ant tournament. But he always playing Ant tournament.
Yeah, he's nice too, man.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're a couple and you guys are talking about your goals, dreams, aspirations, I feel like you gotta, be supportive and allow that person to chase their dreams and support as much as you can. So
where you're going with that, Kev, is this is somebody that's trying to chase their dreams of basketball, and the girl is kind of holding them back? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, from the situation, not all the way back, but it kind of questioned itself, because now he got a kid on the way.
Are they married?
No, they're not married.
All right.
Not married, but he got a kid on the way. And he just signed to go back over to the Middle East. So
okay.
Yeah, just signed to go back over to the Middle East.
Yeah.
I think they season like maybe 3 to 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the league he playing in, so it's not that long.
Right.
But yeah, he said once that wrap up, he gonna end up moving back down here to Florida because you know the job market up there in Wisconsin is very limited due to the the weather up there. And then, it's not very populated up there. So it's just like mostly like factory jobs up there and stuff. It's
Gotcha.
not like
Kid,
it is.
I don't know if he knows, and maybe you can tell him, is while he's over there, I would try to network and just try to, potentially network to another job. Like when
Right.
you're over there, you're trying to, I get you're with this particular team, but you're trying to shop yourself around every game. You're trying to
Right.
use this as a stepping stone to get to the next league and into the next league. So and you got to carry yourself in such a fashion. But you definitely want to talk and network and try to turn this into something bigger.
How old is he, Kevin? How old is he?
27.
Oh, okay. So he's
Yeah, he getting close. He right in his prime. Huh?
Yeah.
Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to he said he's gonna play with him.
Did any of you gentlemen play basketball or like college?
Who that?
Say again?
Did any of you gentlemen play college ball or
JUCO at Bball?
Yeah, okay. we went to Brevard together, but I didn't play. Getting overseas the real hard way, straight from the mud, playing in pro-ams.
Gotcha.
And I got noticed, Wound up going over there to play in Derby, England in '99 in the BBL.
Okay.
Got that ball sitting up there. Played there for half the season, wound up getting cut. And people say, "Hey, man, what happened?" I say, it was the business of basketball. And really, I had to really make the team. You know what I'm saying? The man didn't want me there. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to come home either. So with that, everything came in, and I said, "No, man, this mine's here." And that's where I feel like a lot of kids, they don't have that attitude. Somebody come and take your spot, man, whether you know it or not. You know what I'm saying? And the people the coaches and stuff like that, they don't have to tell you that they're bringing somebody in. They know they need to bring somebody in if you ain't out there doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And
people sit in the bleachers when you playing.
Yeah. And how once I got cut, right, it was like I'm sitting there looking at my 6-month ticket to go back home. I'm like, man, I'm looking at it every night till I got that job. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I don't want to come home, but at the same time, it is what it is. And like you said, you got to shop yourself around. So what happened with that was I wound up playing a uniball tournament over in Birmingham, and I did very well. One thing you got to understand, you never know who's watching. Because somebody don't come up to you and say, "Hey, what's your name and how you doing?" Don't mean they're not looking at you. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at everything. They actually, when you're going through situations with your team, you got to know that you can't act out. You got to do everything not to act out, because that's one of the things that a potential job will disappear from you. Because they want to see how professional and how you can, deal with adversity. You know what I'm saying? Just like when these kids be jumping from here to there and there. They say, well, damn, if I give them all this money, I'm talking about trying to get this man all this money. I know you're talented, but you like the league when you get a little adversity. So what's happening in the NBA? As soon as somebody go through something, they want to be traded. So now you got to look back and see what type of life they had before they got there. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing, right? I seen James Harden. I was in Arizona, going to Arizona State, doing the runs, and I was like, he was like a little chubby dude. But you can see it though. You're like, man, this dude good. He's very good, but he was always quiet. He just came in and did what he did, you know. And I was kind of seeing the same stuff he's doing now, but everything just, you know, it just came about for him. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that guy called me and said, "Hey, you want to come up here to Edinburgh?" I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, where the ticket at?" You know. So at that time, I wasn't doing anything, right? I didn't gain about 10, 15 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I thought it was over. You know what I'm saying? I got on that train, man, and got there. And about 2 weeks, I got all that weight off of me. And then we wound up, you know, for the rest of the season, we wound up going to the championship game for the BBL. And we wound up losing to Manchester Giants. And the guy we played was Phil Handy. Phil Handy and Nick Nurse was the coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I tell guys, you know, sometimes these disappointments, this is what makes you stronger. It can make you weak or it make you stronger. If you're already weak and you don't understand what adversity is, and especially, you know, growing up in the neighborhoods, that should give you that strength right there because of what you see every day. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the bullying or whatever you got to deal with in life, you know, as a kid. But some kids just, they just want to hand it to them, and stuff can be handed to them once a person see that, hey, you deserve this. You didn't did what you needed to do. You know what I'm saying? So just like you touch a lot of kids, all of us touch a lot of kids, man. It's things that me and Kale have done. It's things that me and Brett have done over the years. And it's like, but think out of all those disappointments, man, they make you want to just throw it all out the door. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you gotta think about it. We was kids too, man. But we always listen to our people. We listen to the people. You know what I mean? Even if we didn't want to listen, we didn't disrespect. And it's just so much disrespect now because you're old. And we sit there like, hey, me and Brett say, man, just think about everything that has come like full circle. You know what I'm talking about? So I definitely salute you, bro, because you got something going on, man, that can be passed down. You know what I mean? To continue, and that's what it's all about. So I applaud you, bro.
Appreciate it, man. I hope my daughter takes care of it.
Yeah.
Daughter's starting to pick up the ball in?
Nah, she's a swimmer.
Oh, swim? Okay.
Yeah.
And are you familiar with the Sharp boys that played over there?
Yeah. Emmanuel Sharp sons?
Yeah. Derek Sharp.
Derek Sharp, yeah. Emmanuel Sharp, I refereed him when he played at Bishop McLaughlin.
Yeah. Derek's from where me and Gerald are from.
Okay.
Yeah, Derek, we've known Derek forever. Derek was just on the show here, on our podcast here a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Derek's considered one of the best players to ever play in Israel. Derek Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good. Derek was good, boy.
Yeah. Lights out, man.
Yeah, man. He didn't get a lot of exposure either. He was another player out of our area. As good as he was, it was amazing how his journey came to be. But Derek. So I think his oldest.
I said it was a lot tougher back then. Now, if you, like I said, if you score 12 to 15 and you're on a decent AAU team, you pretty much, you know, you can go where you want to go. But
crazy thing about it is Derek Sharp maybe played 1 or 2 AAU tournaments. That's it. He didn't play AAU back here in Orlando back in the day. It's crazy. But then he goes to JUCO, lights it up at Brevard, and then goes on there to University or South Florida, does his thing there. And then I guess, what did he tell us, Gerald? He was at a pro-am. Somebody saw him play and told him about going overseas. And then next thing you know, he went overseas. And he flat out told us, he said, if I make it, I ain't coming back. And he was over there almost 20 years before he came back here to the state of Florida. He left in 1994.
Dang.
Yeah. He was there almost 20 years in Europe. Yeah. So kids, I think his kid, one of his kids is playing over there in one of the leagues right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man. Too bad to hear about the coach at University of South Florida passing away. That's going to change a lot of things too there with kids.
Yeah.
Turn that program around.
Yeah, man, that guy was a hell of a coach. That guy was a hell of a coach. Yeah. My daughter goes there. My daughter goes to the University of South Florida.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
my buddy Space, he's on the coaching staff, so he came from oh my lord, Georgia Southern,
Okay.
and this was his first year at USF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So he should be in line to get the job.
he's a player development coach now, so I mean, he's got to work his way up to coaching and being an assistant coach
Right.
and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I think he's on the right path.
Yeah.
Well,
Without
they'll
check,
get somebody in there. I mean, there's a lot of talent in Tampa now. In the
Yeah.
last several years, there's. I mean, it'd be great to get those kids to stay home, man.
They got one so far. They got Josh. His name is Josh Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a good stepping stone to hopefully keep some of the other kids home.
Right.
He's about a 6'7", 6'8" wing, and I mean he can go.
Oh, okay. Good. I mean, I think they've been thriving for that and thirsting for that for a while there at that university.
It's almost like they wouldn't look in Florida. They would always go outside to get other kids, and then I mean they would get like 1 or 2 out of Florida, but for the most part it was bringing in kids from other places. And I'm like, you got a lot of talent right here in your own backyard between Tampa and Orlando, and
Yeah, we've been
a
talking
couple
about
different
that forever.
Yeah.
couple different
Trust me.
spots in Miami. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is funny. I've always looked at the rosters of the colleges here in the state, and look, I'm so curious to know how many Florida kids are on all the rosters, and a lot of times there's not a lot. It's amazing to me.
Think about the kid from Florida, Walter. Walter Clayton Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Iona, and then you come back to Florida. Now you're the number 1 scorer at Florida. But I mean, he let him get out of state though.
Yeah, he's from Polk County.
Yeah,
from Bartow.
Lake Will.
Yeah.
So it's just same thing. You got a bunch of kids that you let leave, and you got to try to keep them in state.
Did they win the game? They played up there. I live outside of Jacksonville. They played over here in Jacksonville last night.
They played USF. Yeah, they pulled it off.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, that's a perfect example, and how he went all the way up there to Iona, and then played he was only there 1 year, right? Am I correct on that? Or 2 years? Two. And then he ends up leaving to come back to University of Florida in the SEC.
The school that he wanted to go to when he was in Bartow.
Originally, right.
Yeah.
sometimes that happens. You got to step out of your comfort zone and go to a school like that to put up some stats to show the school that missed out on you what you would really worth.
Yeah. Just like Darius Washington Jr. How you let him get out of the state?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, you know how that happened. That's there was no other coach in the state of Florida like Coach Cal. So, yeah, Calipari.
Yeah.
The state of Florida hasn't had like a big name coach in a long time. I mean, like Leonard Hampton, probably like the biggest coach to come through the state of Florida.
Yeah, it's been a while.
The Miami coach Jim Larranaga, he's a big name, like mid-major big name, but I'm talking about like a guy like Calipari or Roy Williams or one of them big name guys. The state of Florida hasn't hired
since Billy
Donovan.
Donovan. That's been the last.
Since Billy Donovan. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you got Lon Kruger too now.
Yeah, Ron Kruger. Yeah.
Or
Billy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But still, a lot of those guys.
But you right about that though. With Leonard though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leonard. He's still there at Florida State.
Yeah.
Oh, they won last night.
Yeah, they won.
That man linked in like the mafia, man. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, because he the all-time leading. In wins as a head coach, and he got him to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. We got him to the Final Four, Elite Eight that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he kind of like the second coming of Pat Kennedy in that sort.
I think he didn't pass Pat Kennedy in wins.
Yeah.
Wins and tournament wins.
Okay.
Shoot, he was coaching at the University of Miami when Pat Kennedy was coaching.
That's right.
Right.
Mhm.
Pat Kennedy still coaching. He coaching over there in Monticello now.
Mhm.
Yeah, after all these years.
So,
Right.
Ant, what's your goals for the rest of the year with basketball? Other than you got anything else going on besides the Bay Area thing?
I typically do it's an older tournament for like the older guys. It's called Tournament of Legends.
Oh,
And
okay.
just give some of us older guys the opportunity to kind of get out and play against guys your own age.
Okay, that's cool.
Just kind of I guess dust off the old shoes and come out and see what you got still. And, just kind of do it for the love of the game, for some trophies and stuff like that. But I'm getting ready to, tune up and start my high school refereeing here in November. So
Okay.
hopefully I make it up over to Lakeland to call a game. I made it pretty far last year, so that's my end goal is to kind of get over there and be able to call a state game.
How does that work with refereeing? How do they gauge that for you? Like experience, years, or how does that work?
Years, and then your ranking as a referee. You have 1 through 5, one being the highest ranking.
Okay. And
And
who's ranking
then
you? Who's ranking you? The
your
association?
association does, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
That's
then your
interesting.
association ranks the crews that you have. So like you have probably 12 crews on each side, boys and girls. And then you
Okay.
have, your number 1 through 12. So last year I made the number 1 girls crew.
Oh, okay.
And then just trying to, hopefully make it over to Lakeland this year coming up.
Right.
Here's a good thing you just brought up. Girls. What do you think about the girls game in the last? How's the girls game in Tampa, high school wise, as big as it's gotten in college?
You got a couple teams, that are top tier. You got 1 or 2 that are, kind of middle of the road, and then everybody else is kind of lagging. I think with the girls, a lot of times they, whatever AAU program they play with, if their coach goes to a school, a lot of those girls are going to that school. So that's kind of, you had like Carrollwood Day School that was good for a while, and they, their coach left. TC has a decent program this year. I think Brooks DeBarlow had a good program a couple years.
Are there any highly ranked girls in the area that you know of that are pretty good?
Not off the top of my head, I know the Knox. They have a daughter that's pretty good at Tampa Catholic. So they got a younger sister, Kevin Knox, and all of them. They got a younger sister that's pretty decent.
He pushing them out, boy.
Yeah.
I was about to say, how many kids he got lined up?
Well, you got 2 boys in college, 1 USF, 1 Arkansas, and then the baby is at Tampa Catholic now still.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what other girls are decent. You got a couple programs that are like on the cusp. They're getting better every year. You got Armwood is getting decent. You got Spoto. They got a young girl that played at Fam High. She came back to coach the team. So I think she's put in a lot of just kind of, skills of having the girls becoming more skillful and just kind of working on the craft.
Are you reffing any girls games?
Yeah, I do a couple girls, mostly boys, but then when it comes to playoff, I'll switch girls.
You got a program right east of you guys there in Polk County. Winter Haven girls are normally pretty good all the time.
Oh yeah, Johnny has a good program.
Yeah, Winter Haven's got a real tradition there for girls. Their girls program.
Leesburg had a good girls team too.
Leesburg too, yeah.
Leesburg, yeah.
Lakewood girls are usually pretty decent too.
Lakewood,
St. Pete, they usually have a decent team, pretty decent team.
St. Pete, Lakewood, yeah.
Orlando, always put about at least 3 to 4 girls in state.
Yeah.
You got Dr. Phillips, Lakeland Highland Prep, Dr. Phillips, Colonial, Wekiva.
I ref Wekiva. They played Kathleen last year.
Yeah.
Yep. They played them at Kathleen. They beat them.
I think Bishop Moore girls went there. Oak Ridge went a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar who the boys coach is at Kathleen High School now? Yeah.
Is it Andre Shaw?
Coach Shaw, is he still there? Okay. Yeah, I know who you're
I-
talking about.
Yeah, I think he's still there.
Is he there? Okay.
Yeah, man. I was up in Lakeland for about a good 2 to 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, there was some crazy stuff going on over there, man, at Kathleen, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man.
Then Lakeland High School, their coach retired. Big white guy. He was there for a long time. Last year, I think he was there for almost 20-some years.
Hey, man, these people need to leave these people kids alone, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That stuff ain't, that's just, that was going on. I mean, I feel like that goes on. It goes on a lot. A lot of people know what's going on with that, but people don't want to say nothing unless it's close to home.
But it real ugly face when they get out there in public.
Yeah.
The parents start complaining about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all saw a story that just broke here maybe about a couple days ago out in Texas. This high school boys basketball coach was involved in a ring where they had they were paying some people to take the certification test to teach to over 200 teachers in this area, this county. And there was an assistant principal, another dean. There was like four or five, 6 different people got arrested because they were involved with this ring where they had these people coming in taking these tests for these teachers and getting paid a lot of money to do it too. It was crazy. So, yeah, I read about it a couple days ago.
They were taking tests for the teachers?
Yeah, they had these guys. They had them on the payroll or something, and they were setting up all these these certifications. They had to pass like certain certifications, and they were having people take the test for them. It's crazy.
Now I seen that done with athletes, but
No, they were doing these teachers. Now the thing they never finished in the article was what's happening to those teachers that cheated. I guess in a way.
Oh, they didn't spread it somewhere else. They didn't went to another county, another state.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. But again, I thank you, Aunt, for coming out tonight. I appreciate you, man. We're gonna go up there. Yeah, we're gonna go up there. We'll go up there in a couple weeks, get that bag and bring it back, man. Break you off something.
Man, y'all go win that 40K, man.
Yeah. I want to elaborate on that tournament. Yeah, we beat y'all last year in your own tournament, man. In the championship game. Okay. I got the trophy to show it up there instead. And next time, I flash it on the page.
I mean, being a good businessman that I am, I mean, you got to let people win every now and then. They stop coming if they don't win.
Right, all right. There you go.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man, we just left a tournament not too long ago, man. We got cheated up out of that thing, man. It was
right down there in Clewiston.
Yeah, Lord.
They told. Yeah. I'll tell the Aunt about it. Aunt know about it.
Man, listen, man.
Who was playing in Clewiston? What players were in Clewiston, Florida?
Oh, they had some good guys down there now. A couple of them from Tampa, a couple of them from Miami.
Oh, so they had but the team that beat y'all, they weren't homegrown from Clewiston, or they were from a different area?
Yeah. They were homegrown, but they get guys from Miami to come up there. Like last year, they got Glenn Wright Jr. and his brother to come up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they was pretty. I mean, any team, you know how Puerto Ricans is, or either those type of people. They play together. You know what I'm saying, and they play hard all throughout the game. So it's hard to beat a team anyway. It's really hard to beat a team twice. But if you sitting back watching the team and you know what they do and what they like to do and what they don't like to do, it's like. But sometimes that's why talent supposed to overcome that. Only if you're serious about what you want to do. these guys, all right, we sat 9 hours before we played the championship game, but at the end of the day, I'm sitting like, listen, those guys was playing because they playing through the loser bracket. So I'm sitting there watching the whole situation. I said, man, they already studying the situation. They really sitting there watching these guys acting like they stars. They taking pictures, because they on the Instagram type players or whatever, ball is life players and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just sitting back watching. And I'm like, man, these guys gonna be ready, man. And they didn't say a word. They wasn't talking no noise. They wasn't doing none of that, right? And I'm just sitting there watching. And I say, if they don't come out there prepared, man, it's definitely a chance gonna lose. So games get ready to start. You got Brandon. He want to come out last, and everybody waiting on him before we get the tip off. And that just set the tone. You know what I mean? That set the tone for what happened. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good you are. You still can lose. You still can take someone for granted, and they get up in you. You know what I'm saying? Then we're in enemy territory already, and the refs started out like, hey, we're gonna get some of y'all guys out of here. Basically, I mean, it was basically the whole gym knew it, bro. Everybody
Well,
knew it.
I tell you this: when you come to Barry Showdown, you'll definitely get a fair shake. I have NBA officials, so they don't know you, I don't know them, and they come in just to do their job. They come in to ref and be professional, and then they're being evaluated so that they could potentially, either move up from G League to the NBA, or from G League to WNBA. So they're gonna do their job. You're gonna get a fair shake, and the best team gonna win.
Yeah.
And what are the dates for that? Do you have it normally on the same time every year, or
Around the same time. This year it'll be June the 27th through the 29th.
Gotcha. Okay, well, before you get off here, I like to ask this question to everybody, being as old as I am. Who's the best basketball player that you ever saw, Ant?
MJ.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta go MJ all
My
day.
dad would say Julius Irvin, so he was before MJ, but I'm MJ.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so non-MJ, who's the best player you've ever seen?
Kobe.
Yeah, gotta go with Kobe.
Yeah, go with Kobe.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
that's a fair
then LeBron.
LeBron, right behind Kobe.
Yeah. So what you think about his son right now? I mean, how you feel about that?
What I tell people that maybe don't agree with him being in the league, I said it's just like his dad owning a law firm. Once he finished school, his dad's gonna get him a job.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever company you own. When my daughter's done with school and she wants to be a realtor, she's gonna come and work with me. I don't care if anyone is more qualified. It's my kid, and I'm gonna look out for her.
Exactly. And I'm with you on that. Nepotism ain't just started with LeBron James.
It's just on a bigger scale. Everybody can see it. That's it.
Everybody can see it. That's all it is. And it's like, hey, man, if he can get his other son in there, man, happy for him, man. But this stuff happens around us all day, every day, man.
And get you at least 10 years in, and you got a pension now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now,
the other question is, besides non-pros, who is the best player you ever seen?
Non-pros.
Well, that's what I'm going with. That.
And in your neighborhood, where you from?
Well, I'm the best player in my neighborhood where I'm from.
Okay.
But playing wise, I had quite a few I played with. I played with Chris Porter. I played with.
Now hold on a second. Your neighborhood. What's your neighbor? Where are you exactly from?
I'm from it's called Vernon, Florida, so like Panama City area.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Gotcha.
So I mean, I played with quite a few people. I guess I don't know if I can name anybody that's not in the league though. I guess one person that didn't make it to the league, I'd probably say BB Walden.
Yeah.
From Kathleen.
Yep. Definitely should have made it to the league. He stayed too long.
Yeah.
He played in South Florida too, right?
He's got a family tree of Waldens that were really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely a Polk County top. Yeah, he's considered one of the better players to come out of that area ever in that area of Polk County, for sure. So he was a hell of a player. I don't know if you got to see him play in high school. I saw him quite a bit. He's a good player, man. Good player.
His brother wasn't bad either. They won state in 01.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that Kathleen team that they had was loaded.
Yeah, it was. Shoot. Yeah. I don't think he lost a game.
Polk County has always had some really good players, man. Always deep lineage of players through that area, for sure.
When I was in college, I played against I was playing against Dominique at the park or whatever, the rec center. Mm-hmm. And he was probably a sophomore in high school. I mean, he was holding his own then, and I'm like, so yeah, it's just y'all definitely some athletes over there.
Yeah, Dominique is he's a freak athlete too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, before you go, man, I want to let everybody know that's listening, that has tuned in. Please like, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell for the Whistle Podcast. We also want to give thanks for our guest, Anthony Brown.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And for all of us too, if you want more information on my event, go to BayAreaShowdown.com, and all the information is there.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back on too, Ant, for sure.
Exactly. You're welcome.
Anytime,
man.
All right. Sounds
Appreciate
good.
it.
All right, bro.
Well, yo, guys, I had to do that because the last couple of times, they've been shooting us off. You know what I'm talking about?
Right with the hour mark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been happening, Gerald?
Yeah, it was cool. Actually, it's a minute and 12 minutes. Hour 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, anything, want to talk about anything for us? What happened over the weekend? Scores, basketball, football. I heard Tampa Bay had a good game, man. They almost beat them boys, bro.
Yeah, they went down to came back and tied it up, went into overtime, man, and Mahone Magic, man. Mahone Magic wins again. Huh. Yeah, they went out there and got that receiver from Tennessee. What's his name? Hopkins. They just got him.
Yeah, Hopkins.
They got Hopkins.
Yes, that definitely elevated Mahomes because that guy that got hurt for the year, that really kind of dampened their passing game, vertical. But Hopkins, man, he didn't turn back the hands of time. So, definitely, man, hurt your vertical. But the kid name is the kid name. Oh shit. He was staying down there in Tampa. He was playing for the little semi-pro team in Tampa. The Tampa, I think Tampa Bay Thunder. No, the Bay Hawks. Tampa Bay Hawks. Yeah, what's the name, Jay?
Who that?
The guard. He's about 6'4". The athletic guard.
LA guard.
Nah, 6'4" guard. He played what's in the H League pro. About a summer ago.
Talking about for your team?
Yeah.
You talking about Pat?
Yeah, Pat. Yeah, Pat Burnett.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, he played for that team over there in Jacksonville too, Brett. Not the Giants, but the St. Glenn team. The St. Glenn Bucks.
Okay.
Yeah, he played for that team over there.
Is that the is that the ABA league or what league are
Yeah,
they in?
yeah, yeah. The ABA, yeah, the ABA league.
Because there's also a team right here in my county, the Nassau County something. I guess I don't know. I can't remember what but they're also in the ABA thing here in this county.
Yeah,
Because they play their games at Derrick Henry's old high school at Yulee High School. Their home
yeah.
game.
That was a tragic thing. You told me that they still run on concrete out there.
That's crazy.
That's the whole county, man. That's the whole county. That's the whole county. Not just the only school in Jacksonville is the Catholic high school. They have a nice ass track.
Also, all of the schools in Jacksonville, they have concrete tracks.
Oh yeah, Bball. I was at Bball. I was at Sandalwood. Yeah, all the not very many schools, man.
Carver still got a concrete track.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
Carver Memorial. They still got Memorial. Yeah, they still got Memorial. Still got one. Carver still got one.
Man, that's bad news.
That's crazy though. You know.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys know something I read about. Speaking of the, say, but those are not right now. Hold on a second, y'all. I was reading. There's this guy that's broke in the last 24 to 48 hours that was on a business trip in Atlanta, and he's saying that I got to find the article. I could probably find it, send it to y'all. These boosters for Florida State are saying that 90% of the coaching staff is already gone.
Oh man!
And then he's also being told that if they lose the game against Charles Southern, Mike Norvell's gone. They're not.
So they pretty much got they got the person that they're gonna replace them with when they do that.
Well, the guy, this guy that's saying all this is saying that the boosters are saying that the word on the street is that they don't have money like that. Well, the boosters are saying we do have the money like that.
They did it to Tiger. They got Tiger
because they're losing their mind every weekend because they're like 1-8.
They ain't got no money, man. Florida State, man, been had money, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they'll put a project out to the side to fire Norvell.
But going 1-8, they're gonna definitely have to fire some guys.
Oh yeah.
But apparently, from what I'm reading, and I don't know how credible this is, but a lot of people are commenting on it. That he's like Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher didn't want to fire some guys. So there's apparently there's a little discrepancy inside the program where he's not maybe totally on board on firing some of these guys because he brought them there. Well,
yeah,
man,
if they don't, man, but come on, man, can't fall with the ship, bro.
Yeah, no, you can't go 1-8 at Florida State, man. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
This going all the way back.
It's going to get interesting. I'll tell you that.
It's going all the way back to Bobby first season, man.
Yeah, I mean, if they lose that game, man, oh boy.
So any thoughts of who going to come in?
Well, that was another thing that people are asking, and nobody has an answer on that one. See.
Hey, for some reason I was hearing about what's the guy's name? Urban Meyer.
I've heard that. On the Florida side, a name that keeps being brought up is the Kingsbury dude, Cliff Kingsbury, that's in the NFL right now.
Yeah. You saw that the guy.
There's
offensive man.
Yeah, they're saying that he Florida might, But Florida's situation, they're still there. They played pretty damn well against Georgia.
Yeah, they did. DJ when the guy hurt, they would have had a shot to win that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Yep. They got to that.
They're sort of on the fence with their situation, but still,
Hey,
Yeah,
man,
Napier. Napier gone.
I wound up getting a little information on the Florida side about your boy Lagway, man. They said now, shoot, he probably gonna be that person that gonna get that money to leave.
Oh yeah, because he didn't display it, so it's gonna be other. He might be out there with Dion.
Yeah,
from what I heard,
that'd be stupid. That'd be over.
Because
he gonna be.
His son's leaving right after this year.
Yeah, he
right?
gone. Yeah, he gone. He gone after this season. He leaving with Travis Hunter.
Yeah, all of them leaving.
All of them leaving. All of them going to Trav. His other son too.
Yeah. Shit. Silo been there 6 years.
Yeah, he been about. Well, he got there. He got there when they got there. But yeah, he about a 5th, 6th year senior.
Yeah.
You got the extra year for the COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida's going to have to lay out their checkbook, I think, with him.
Yeah,
for sure. Because
talking about Kingsbury, yeah, he gonna come in.
I'm talking about Lagway. I mean, they're.
Yeah. But man,
they can't be stupid. They can't be stupid and think that nobody's coming after him now. I mean, they're.
He gone. Miami might get him because Cam Ward. This is last year.
Yeah, it's his
so
last year.
Yeah, Miami gonna pay him.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's wild though, man. They gonna pay for these players, but Miami was so cheap bringing coach. The coach to pay. Just go ahead and pay the coach that you need to pay to bring him in here. You know what I mean? So now it's the player sweepstakes now, and I'm not even mad at it, but it's just funny how that turn around like that. It's like you have the money to pay this coach, but because of NIL and you need these players now. The players, we should have been paying for the players a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like the fact I was talking to my guy Sean that I like the fact that all these teams they didn't have all these easy schedules. Everybody had hard schedules. They playing people straight up, from the beginning. You know what I'm talking about? And that brought a lot more what you call excitement to the game because in the beginning you're gonna have 3 cupcakes before you start getting into your league games and stuff like that. But that's cool, man. That was what's up though. And for some people it went against us, but especially us. But just to lay down like that, man. I mean, just for people to sit up here and be talking about y'all suck and this and that and this and that, it's like, man, come on, man. When somebody lay down, man. When somebody pocket watching. You didn't watching into the situation now. So it's like, it's like
I mean to go from seeing a Florida State Seminole talking trash week in and week out to just not even hearing from them. Like, I got a lot of cousins that's Florida State fans and I haven't heard all season from them. Like after about the 4th game, when they dropped the one, after about the 5th game, when they dropped the 1-5, I ain't heard nothing from them since.
Yeah.
So they pretty much.
The crazy thing about it is the first time Florida State got the ball this year against Georgia Tech, they marched right down the field and scored like that.
Yeah.
And ever since that game, it's all gone south. It's amazing. It's all gone south, man. But to be 1-8, something's wrong.
Yeah.
That just don't happen if there. There's too much talent. Too much talent on the field still, and there's something ain't clicking, man.
It's something internally, and I think them guys that stopped playing for Lavelle, they stopped playing for him because, man, there's no way you catching beatings like this.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying North Carolina not the best team in the ACC, but they just pretty much, man. The guy scored 5 touchdowns on Florida State, man. 5 touchdowns. Like, come on. Over 200 some yards.
It's crazy. But if it means they got a clean house, they're probably gonna have to Well,
Yeah,
from what
yeah,
they're
like
saying is his staff is gone. That's a done deal.
Oh, I get rid of them players that I paid all that money to too. Hey, you can go too.
Exactly.
well, I
Exactly.
mean DJ, I mean you gave most of the money to the quarterback DJ, but this
Yeah,
is last year anyway, so he already out the door.
you ain't got to worry about him playing no more. Just
Yeah, he already out the door.
No, he might get a medical red shirt, but I don't know if he's coming back to Florida State. That's what
Nah,
they're
I
saying.
doubt that. I doubt he come back to Florida State. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, next year gonna be even worse because you know you don't have a good quarterback there. So you know, and then you losing the recruiting battle. They didn't lost already and lost 11 recruits that verbally committed to Florida State and they didn't back out. So once you lose the recruiting battle, and you know the future's not looking bright there for the next season. You know, it's pretty much gonna be the same.
In this article I read, they projected that at the North Carolina game in the second half, if you looked in the stands, and that's the biggest thing that they're saying is they're losing revenue every weekend, millions of dollars, you know.
Yeah.
And that can't happen.
That can't happen. That's right.
That can't happen, man.
That can't happen. Then you know once the boosters start pulling up out of there,
you got it right,
pretty much.
bro.
Yeah. Novell Day's number.
Yeah, they're gonna change. They're gonna have to change everything around here because you can't be losing money, man. And then they'll try to win the recruiting battle if there ain't no money there to win it with.
I mean, the only way to make this right, you got to go out there, and you just got to go more in debt. You got to go out and get a big name coach. You can't go out there and get like a Novell that that had success at like a small school like Memphis.
Right.
You got to go out and get a big name. You got to go out there and get a big name coach now, because that's no that you did already lost millions of dollars this season. So you can't go another season in the hole.
Yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't necessarily say like they broke or something like that, man. First, they got that bread, but they hung on to that formula that they ain't got to pay much to get much.
Right. Yeah.
Pay much to get a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you giving people chances to come up there, and you might well, in hindsight, should have left homeboy there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I know he's sitting back looking, laughing like I don't know what right now.
Because they're still paying Willie Taggart.
And they still paying, and that should be so, because they did him wrong. You know what I mean? But I agree with you. Kel, they need to bring a big name coach in. That's gonna kick up the recruiting. And then shit, if they can swoon Cliff over there, they'll definitely do it, because that'll wake up the offense.
Shoot, man, Cliff gonna come in and make at least $7 million.
Yeah,
between $6-7 million.
You kind of write the ticket with Florida State right now.
Yeah, I mean, if Florida State wouldn't have paid that, because that's what he's gonna be commanding. He's gonna be commanding that $6-7 million range.
Want to do it? They can't be. They ain't got no choice.
Yeah, Jimbo wasn't making that going out the door.
No.
And he won a national championship.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're gonna have to do something. I
mean, pretty much that.
I was hearing a little bit of Lane Kiffin too now.
Nah, Lane Kiffin ain't finna come over there for that. He ain't finna leave.
It's in the rumor mill. It's a small.
Yeah. You might have like maybe Urban. I heard Urban Meyer going to Florida State. I heard the situation. I heard the situation for Clint Kingsbury. But them high priced guys. So I know Florida gonna pay. Florida got a bigger. It's a bigger market in Florida than it is Florida State.
Right.
Far as they football.
You got your ear in the camera. Kel, you got your ear in the camera, bro.
Got what?
Everybody hear what you saying.
Okay. What you gotta do?
You got your earwax showing, bro.
Oh, earwax. Oh shoot. Oh man.
No, I'm just had your ear showing. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I gotta get off here, guys.
All right, brothers.
Yeah.
But I'll get with y'all tomorrow, man. Yeah, probably have Quentin on tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be working on some more guys tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, for the rest of the week.
yes, sir.
No Will Holloman, he probably do Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be going Friday better for him than go back Sunday with Bruce. Then we'll probably try to see Ward said don't count him out yet.
Who, Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie said don't count him out yet.
Oh,
Or
man.
to a sword.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to hear what he got to say about this.
We ain't gonna never count him out. We're here all the time.
Yeah.
Definitely want to hear about what he got to say about this Travis.
Yeah, I'm going down there to Tallahassee this weekend, so I'm gonna go check him out. Go check him out there at the game. They got a game there. I think Friday. Friday they got a game.
Okay.
Game in town. So
Isn't FAMU's homecoming coming up?
yeah, that was just past weekend.
It was just this weekend.
Yeah, just past weekend. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. We'll be all right, man. It's just, a lot of teams, even Alabama went through this, man. So,
Oh yeah.
So.
But Alabama's on a higher marketing platform than Florida State football. So,
and listen, Alabama was trash for about a good 4 or 5 years. You forgot that it was a football team for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. They sure was. It sure was trash. They did have like a good 3-4 years. Subpar, like barely over 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That high.
Don Shula's son, Mike.
Yeah. They'll hover around 500.
Nothing, man.
Yeah, that was unheard of.
Saban was their best, was their best hire they probably in history.
Right.
Hey, I want to say this here, man. They say the reason why Saban got up out of there. I was listening to Warren Sapp today, and he said that a kid came in his office and told him, "You better give me $900,000 or else." This was last year. Then all of a sudden, he want to say, "Oh, this it for him." I mean, like I say, no. I mean, and if you just look at how Saban acting right now, he's like he just real happy he got up out of that situation, got up out of it. You know what I mean?
Man, because you can't sit 4 or 5 star athletes no more, and that's what he was doing. He had them sitting for at least a year or two. 4 or 5 star athletes, and he was getting away with it, man. That's why every year, man, they was stacked. He had a number 1 recruit class, like for 5-6 consecutive years.
Yeah. His campus was like a military base, boy. He had them stockpiled.
Yeah, like all his running backs went to the pros. All his running backs. Did they stay? Some of them didn't stay, but at least they got drafted.
And one thing is, he always won by the trenches, man. The defensive side and the offensive line.
Yeah.
Man, he recruited. They knew how to recruit, man. And that's Georgia's doing that too. Georgia's taking some of that, getting those guys in the line and the defensive line. Yeah.
You think Smart gonna get up out of there?
What, up out of Georgia? No, man.
I wouldn't see. I don't see that happening.
I mean, where he gonna go? Where he gonna go for his college? There's no.
He go is up. He can't go nowhere else other than Georgia. Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Georgia's like the like was Bama, but now it's Georgia.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna leave nowhere else,
Now there's going to be a potential like 6 to 8 NFL jobs opening up next year.
That's what I'm saying. He can't go nowhere.
There was rumors last year that people were talking to him from the NFL last year, so he'll probably get some teams coming at him. Maybe.
Yeah. If he win it this year, he probably entertained going to the NFL. But I mean, you didn't win like what he didn't win. He already got 2. He got 2 national championships already, right?
Yeah, he won back to back, right?
Back to back, yeah.
Yeah. So 3. If you want to go catch Saban, he can go catch Saban.
Right. Boy, that would be crazy because if that job opened up, man, there'd be probably a carousel of stuff going on.
Well, for that Georgia job?
If the Georgia job opened up, that would start like a chain reaction. Probably.
I think Lane Kiffin leave Ole Miss and go over to Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'd be the job. That'd be the job he'd go after.
Well, he's gonna entertain it this weekend because that's who they play in Ole Miss. So Georgia plays them 3:30.
I think Georgia gonna win that game.
Probably.
They're hanging up for like maybe 3 quarters, but Georgia gonna pull away. Just Georgia ain't finna lose no Ole Miss. Georgia gonna lose like Alabama, maybe Texas. Georgia ain't finna lose no Ole Miss. Not this time of year. They didn't got their bad game out the way.
They got a good quarterback though this year. That kid at Ole Miss is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
He's been scoring some, but Kiffin though, I don't know about him. Sometimes coaching, sometimes.
He play calling like he don't run the ball. He don't run the ball enough.
He play calls like he has players at Alabama and Georgia.
And
he don't.
You think gonna win it out?
Yeah. I think right now, are you talking about college football?
Yeah.
I'm like an Oregon.
For some reason, man, I'm not all the way sold.
Oregon, when them West Coast teams,
wide receivers though, they got some good players now.
Yeah, but when it come down to the trenches, and you gonna get some SEC schools.
Yeah.
Oregon's not gonna do no damage against some schools, man.
Exactly. That's where it's at. That's where
it's at.
That kid, the running back at Boise State that's gonna be one of the Heisman finalists. He scored more touchdowns by himself than the whole Florida State offense has this year.
Man,
what's that tell you? He's got more points than the total offense at Florida State through 9 games. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's how bad where we're at with Florida State's offense. That's amazing to me. God damn.
Yeah, you just can't go 13-0. It basically started last year.
Yeah, man.
That
Georgia game.
Yeah, it started last year without getting left out. And
I mean, you gotta know. He knew that he ain't have enough coming in this season, but he just ain't say nothing. But you could just kind of sense. You just could kind of sense like you go out there and get DJ, you get DJ all that money, like bro, like DJ on his 3rd damn school, and he wasn't even a slam dunk at Clemson. He lost his job at Clemson, and then he transferred over to. It just ain't add up, You didn't want to pay Cam Ward, not Cam Ward. He the Heisman finalist, won the Heisman top 3, and then you go get DJ. You struck out of him. You go get DJ, and DJ on his 3rd school. Like it just doesn't make sense, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just doesn't make sense. Like that's like your highest profile player, and he on his 3rd school.
So basically,
like you didn't have nobody else outside of him.
So basically, he did some diabolical shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shoot, they had no choice.
Like he knew.
Oh, hell no.
Like he knew the situation was like not even in his favor. Pretty much. Everything depended on DJ play. Yeah. If DJ played good, they at least have a winning record now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least if them guys would have caught the damn ball like they supposed to catch the ball, I mean, it's a collective effort of bullshit all the way around, man. But the quarterback is definitely gonna the brunt of the situation. He hasn't really been playing well, obviously. But I agree with you on that. That's why it's funny.